You're listening to Frame Perfect Input.
Now live.
Welcome to Frame Perfect Input. Oh, would you look at that? It's not midnight anymore. It's not 12 or 1 in the morning or anything like that. It is 2:13 p.m. Would you look at that? Oh my god, that's so good. Feels good, and I'm actually energetic and able to speak very loudly because I don't have to have the fear of waking up someone else in a different room or something like that. There's also the fact that airplanes and cars keep going around here and making a lot of noise. So hopefully you don't hear any of that. Anyways, let's get into this. I just wanted to talk about a very simple discussion. Need for Speed Most Wanted. A lot of people love this game, me included. I would probably put it at the top of my Need for Speed game list because it is just that good. It has flaws, of course, and I'll talk about that. But there is a sequel game to that. If you didn't know there was a sequel, the sequel being Need for Speed Carbon, which came out around 2005, 2006. I might be wrong, but it came out a long time ago now. That's crazy to say, but it did. And it is supposed to be the sequel game to Most Wanted, and that also had flaws. It also had problems with the fact that it was like a yearly or even half a year release right after Most Wanted. So I just wanted to talk about the two games and why I like these games and why I don't, because discussions are meant to be discussions, and here we go, I guess. So Need for Speed Most Wanted. Like I said before, I would put that at the top of my list for Need for Speed games. And the reason being, it's so fun to play. You want to keep playing it. It's like you can keep playing it. It doesn't feel repetitive or old or like really taxing on you, kind of. It's got a great story, even though it can be cheesy. The cutscenes are cheesy, but also good. It had that Need for Speed charm that they were never able to really get back, in recent times. They have tried with newer games. They tried with Need for Speed 2015, if you remember how that one turned out. They tried it with Payback, but instead used in-game models and pre-rendering and all that stuff, that. They had Heat, which also tried that. They had... What was the new game? Unbound? Something like that. You can see they've tried with this cheesy style. And for me, for some reason, Need for Speed Most Wanted has a very special place. And for some reason, it just works the best. I guess it may be because it is one of the first ones that did it in the Need for Speed franchise. Because if I'm correct, the game before this was like the Hot Pursuit series, right? Hot Pursuit, Need for Speed Hot Pursuit, no, Need for Speed 3 Hot Pursuit, I think it was, back in the PS2 and PC days when they were switching to Team Black Box. Rest in peace, man. But Need for Speed Most Wanted, let's get into that because I'm rambling now. Need for Speed Most Wanted is a really long game. It's a very long game. You have so many races to do, so many races that part actually does feel repetitive, because of the fact that you're doing so many of the same tracks, or it's just really long. It feels like it's padded out. And that is definitely one of the things where I'm like, damn, okay. This is one of the things I don't like about Need for Speed Most Wanted. It feels like they were trying to pad out the playtime, obviously. But aside from that, it had a great car selection. It had great customization. It may not be at like the best level that they've done, I think, anyways, but it's pretty good. And with Need for Speed Most Wanted, there's also good car sounds. It may not be like I'm pretty sure that they were actual recordings of the cars. I would hope so. They're very good car sounds. I did say the very good customization. The story, although cheesy, was very memorable, very good. And although the acting may not be amazing, of course, because it's cheesy and the like, but we still remember them. We still love them. All those characters are beloved characters, like Razor and Cross. I mean, those are the two characters I really care about, honestly. And yeah, the story, although cheesy, had that charm to it. And it had a very good charm that it just stuck with me for life. And I have completed Need for Speed Most Wanted perhaps 3-4 times at this point, and I love it every single time. It has the Junkman parts as well, which makes it so then you can choose any car in the game, chuck some Junkman parts on it, upgrade it fully, and it can beat out all of the top cars, all of the end game cars like a Carrera or a Gallardo or something like that. And I just really love that part as well. The fact that you can choose any car, you're fine, as long as you get those Junkman parts, which you get from boss battles, by the way, if you didn't know. You get it from boss battles. Yeah. No, Need for Speed Most Wanted, I absolutely love that game. Clearly. The soundtrack is also another bit. Stars of Beyond, all that stuff. Shapeshifter. I think they had Jamrokai. I might be saying that name wrong, but they have him as well. They had a very good song list. Oh, and Disturbed, of course. How can I forget that? But yeah, everyone loves that game, and I do as well. It has its flaws, of course. The only big flaw for me is the fact that it feels padded, like very padded out. But aside from that, it's a very good game, and I recommend you play it. Now let's talk about Need for Speed Let's talk about Need for Speed Carbon. In Need for Speed Carbon, it has... I'm just going to talk about the flaw immediately, because I really want to talk about this. It has the opposite problem of Need for Speed Most Wanted. So, Need for Speed Most Wanted felt too long, padded out. It wasn't really built correctly to be that long and have the same experience the whole way through. Need for Speed Carbon, on the other hand, felt far too short. It was way too short. Like, it was so short. It's like, 3 to 4 hours long? If you play one sitting and just chill, or even know, how the game works, like I do. It's just so short. It had potential. I loved the cars in the game. I mean, that is the game that made me love the Corvette Z06. It made me love the Evo. I'm pretty sure it's the Evo 9. Correct me if I'm wrong. Had the Skyline in it. Had the Supra. It had a good car selection, like Most Wanted does. But, also, very good songs. The songs are so good. When they introduce the crew leader, those songs have stuck with me for, ever. They have really just stuck with me, every single one of them. Even some of the songs from the crew members that you gain. Those are such memorable songs to me. I mean, I still listen to Hype Boys by Sway. That song is probably my most played song. There's also Angie's song, which I also absolutely love to play and listen to. The song list was very, very good, and I love the fact that they had the good police chase songs. Oh man, I didn't even mention that for Most Wanted. Most Wanted, along with the amazing soundtrack, had a super, super good soundtrack for police chases specifically that were dynamic. They would change their part of the song and their energy and all that stuff based on what you were doing. If you were hiding, if you were high speed chase, if you were low speed chase, if you crashed and got stuck. There's plenty of videos on YouTube where they put all of the different situations and sections for that. Go check it out. Super good. Anyways, back to Need for Speed Carbon. Carbon has the same thing, but the only problem is the fact that police chases don't feel as good as Most Wanted. In fact, they aren't even necessary. They exist. You get out of a race, maybe because you have police chasing you, and you just want to get out of there. And yeah, there's no point to stay in it, because in Need for Speed Most Wanted, you would have the requirement to stay with the police for 5 minutes, or take out this amount of police, or tag them, or get past these many spike strips, or pursuit breakers. And you were required to do that stuff because you had to build up the bounty to then unlock the boss battle. Carbon doesn't have that. So the way to get boss battles in Carbon is to do all of the races in the areas. You take all of the territories and parts of that territory, and then you get the boss battle because they're pissed off at you and they want you gone. That is way easier to do, but it doesn't feel as good to do. And it's also, again, extremely short. The game is so short because of the fact that it's so easy to get to the bosses. And that is one of the biggest complaints from me. Easily. Like, I can't even think of another complaint in the game. Because I do like the car classes. Of course, since the classes exist, some muscle cars that should be kind of grippy aren't grippy. Some exotic cars that should be grippy aren't grippy. Some tuners that should have more power don't have the power output to be as fast as you probably could in real life. But I still loved it because it gave each group like a distinct style. So there's a lot I like about Carbon. The car selection is one, the music selection is another. I still love that one. I listen to a lot of their songs. In fact, like they haven't really, in this era, the music selection was amazing. Most Wanted, amazing. Carbon, amazing. Go backwards, you go to Underground 1 and 2. Those are also really good soundtracks. You go forward a bit to Pro Street. That's also another good song selection. So in that department, I kind of was like, yeah, they kind of have that. But yeah, that flaw being way too short, and also another thing, way too easy. In Need for Speed Most Wanted, that shit was hard. If you had like a really slow car or a really bad car for handling, and you chucked in Junkman parts for like all that stuff, some cars would still be insanely difficult, and Speed Breaker, where you slow down time, have a lot of grip and all that, would be heavily used. The first time I beat Most Wanted, I used the Supra, with Junkman parts of course, to go through the entire game. That was such a shit car when it came to grip because of all of the spin, and it made all these races super difficult, and because the rubber banding is also super strong, not as strong as Underground 1. Have you seen that? Check out Kuru. Kuru has so many videos where when he plays Underground 1, he gets rubber banded on a specific corner, but yeah. It's still rubber bandy. They still stick to you. So much so that there are a few bosses like Earl who will teleport to you if you get far enough away from them, if you're good enough in the race. So yeah, rubber banding is a very apparent thing, and it is a very... it's negative and positive. Negative in the fact that it just doesn't feel like a real race. You're racing so good, but you don't get rewarded for it. And it's positive because it always keeps the fast pace going. Again, I'm rambling again. I digress. Let's go back to Need for Speed Carbon. So, yeah, in Need for Speed Carbon, I love a lot of it except for the fact that it is short and it is easy to play. There's also the fact that it is completely different in the way that tracks or the whole city and the roads is structured. So in Most Wanted, there is the fact that you have so many straights, slow, like really slight turns, weaves, and all that stuff. Like, it's a lot of high-speed areas for high-speed racing, and that's what made it feel amazing to play, and made it so if you messed up, you were fucked. In Need for Speed Carbon, it's the opposite. There's so many turns in Need for Speed Carbon, you can't even use your speed. You're just stuck at one speed the whole time. And, I mean, as a kid, with someone who didn't have Need for Speed Most Wanted, absolutely loved Carbon. I completed Carbon so many times, beyond 10. Like, I clocked these games. You remember that word, clocked? I clocked these games so many times, but Carbon was the one where I did it so many times, beyond 10 times. And that's mainly because of the fact that I didn't really have any car games to play. But still, it was a good game, memorable. I know so much about it as a result of that. So yeah, soft spot, but Most Wanted is easily the game that I would choose nowadays. I would recommend it to other people nowadays. It's just gives a bit of challenge, gives a lot of good car selection, gives you the ability to choose those early cars to race and win the entire game. The story is nice. It gives you a reason to get to the end. It gives you someone to hate. It's just, there's so many things I love about Most Wanted that Carbon doesn't quite do as well or doesn't have. And that is one of the main reasons why Carbon is like, man, what it could have been. Because if you haven't seen it, and the fact that Carbon was supposed to be a proper sequel, but then it was kind of like, it's kind of like a 1.5 type of deal. If you go into YouTube and you search up all of the behind the scenes and all the development process, the scope of the game was supposed to be way more different. It was supposed to be a completely different game with its scope. It was supposed to be Most Wanted, but better, bigger, faster. It was supposed to be so much better than what we got in Carbon. And even in Carbon, there's so many spots that don't exist. There was supposed to be an entirely different area, a different territory that we were supposed to take over. And the only portion we get of that is in the beginning when you test out, when you test out the cars, the starter cars. You get to test drive. That's it. That area is the area that we missed out on. We were supposed to get that, and we didn't get it because of EA. I blame EA, obviously, because have you seen the development times between each game? Need for Speed Underground, Underground 2, and then you go into Most Wanted and Carbon and Pro Street, and then beyond that to Undercover and The Run. Like, the amount of time that Black Box was given to make these games was horrible. It was about a year's time tops to think of the plan, to make the game, and then to just make it good, make it quality. And yeah, I blame EA for that. But yeah, okay, so I really did ramble on a lot. So what's the conclusion here? Well, Most Wanted is easily the best game in the Need for Speed franchise. You may say it is Pro Street, and I would not fault you. If you say Underground 1 or 2, I would not fault you, because those are just great games. Carbon is a game that could have been and should have been, but unfortunately it did not reach it because of EA being EA. If you know what they're like, then you know. So, what was the whole point of this discussion? Well, go play Need for Speed Most Wanted. For real, go play it. Go play Need for Speed Carbon as well. Of course, Most Wanted first and then Carbon, so then you can appreciate it and all that stuff, but I don't care. Do whatever you want. But make sure you play Need for Speed Most Wanted. It's a really good game. If you haven't played it yet, what the fuck are you doing? Please play it. You will enjoy it. It is far better than the Need for Speeds we have now. Of course, it's not as easy and it's not as simple, but it is definitely a far more enjoyable experience, both in sound, with car sounds, music, the feeling of the cars, enjoyment and customization. The characters are memorable. Just go play it. Go play it. You know what? Go play it right now. I'm done here. This was Frame Perfect Input. You were listening to Misty, and I'm done here. And hopefully the next one is not at midnight. I'll be seeing you, I guess.